It's a different button, but it's clicked. And we're back in time. 1986. Man.
Back in time. Is that a song from 1986? The Back to the Future song, Back in Time?
I don't think it came out. That came out. I think that was 87 maybe, but it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good song. I didn't see it on any of the lists that I looked at. But I may be wrong. Huey Lewis did have an album out. So I may be wrong.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's happened before.
Huey Lewis was doing a lot.
Mainly the news.
The news. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and the sign on the wall at the Hypnotic Chicken. Chicken is better than that girl who said she'd die for you. Chicken did die for you, and chicken is love.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Woo!
Back again, back in time, back from Colorado, back from 10,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. That is an amazing thing. I had a little hiatus. I think everybody, we enjoyed our 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
some of us needed our 3 weeks. I'm not the one. I don't know if it's an open for, I don't know if we're discussing it, but some of us needed the time to heal. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, almost dying. It was good that I didn't have to figure out how to, do the podcast in the hospital. That was
well, and it's better that you didn't die. So
yeah. I mean, missing a Saturday though.
we would have came to you. We would have figured it out, even if you just had to do it from your phone laying there. We could have figured this out.
People coming in, poking me with needles
I
and
need
stuff.
5 more minutes. I haven't given my list.
Let me get my list, and then you can come in with the probe.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know what was crazy though?
You almost dying.
Besides living and almost dying, that whole thing was nuts. And I don't know if I told you guys, I was like in the recording studio the day before.
Yeah.
And I almost passed out.
That's what I heard. I read that.
Yeah, I was literally on the floor, and I crawled out of the booth, and then I was like, man, I think I need to go to the hospital. And then Scott gave me a COVID test. Everything was fine. And then I was getting ready to get my stuff and leave and go to the hospital. And I told him, I was like, no, we're going to finish this fucking song.
Yeah.
We're going to finish. I had 2. They only needed a little bit done. Got them done. And then went home, went to sleep, went to the doctor the next day. Was in surgery 2 days later, and here I am, alive.
Yes, that's a good
That's
turnout.
Our favorite Sontia is the alive one.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'm much more fun alive, I think. I don't know.
You look good. I mean, you always look good, but you look good.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
You look healthy.
I am healthy. Yeah.
It took some troubles, but
yeah, it took a little bit. It took some meatloaf, some weird tasting meatloaf. Man, the hospital seasoning that they have must be they must scrape it off the ass of the other patients or something in a bottle, because it tastes so much like ass. Yeah. And I was so upset. And one of the things that motivated me to get out of bed, out of surgery, was there was this snack machine. And I think they purposefully put it at the very, very furthest corner of the floor so that you would have to walk a long way to get it. Man, once I got myself 6 quarters, I was dragging all my shit down the hallway. I need some Doritos.
I was curious. I'm gonna get me some Doritos.
Yeah, I need me some. some Doritos and a Mountain Dew because I cannot take this. I cannot take this. They're trying to kill me in here with this food.
Yeah. I don't know.
Their motivations to get you out of there, and the food's one way to do it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. The beds
you feel better today? Oh, I feel great because some real food would be so wonderful.
Yeah. I'm not. When I get to that point in life, I'm not going to be a very good patient. I'll try to be as nice as I can, but I'll be like sneaking out for smokes and
smoking in the bathroom.
I won't smoke in the bathroom, but I'll be like, I'm going to go step outside to the smoking area. Sir, you're bleeding. I'm like, well, I'll be right back. You know, God damn it.
I've bled before. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I got a napkin.
Just follow me with a mop. Yeah. Well, 1986 was a good year in music. There was a lot. Good year for metal. You know, Metallica had put out an album. Megadeth had put out an album. Slayer, Motorhead.
So there was dude. I thought 85 was a good year. I'll say that before we get going. 85 sucked.
There was a lot. There was a lot of
great, but compared to 86, I don't know, man.
I feel like 1985 was better. I did. I thought there was more to choose. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I just maybe there was just 2 albums released that could have been my list. Not even a freaking. There was 1 album released that was my list. I mean, honestly, I had to fight to not put 5 songs from there on. From anyways.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of albums like from people that came up following that they'd put out an album, but Spotify didn't have it because it wasn't on the label or whatever that they're currently on. It was before they. It was their real first albums, the underground. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't find any of those. Salt and Pepper was one, and I can't think of who it else was. But also a lot of artists that were big in the 70s had, a big success in the 60s and the 70s, kind of coming back and trying to get a lot of, get some recognition, Gordon Lightfoot, Van Morrison, Neil Young, and Bob Dylan, they all had albums out, and you could tell it was the electronic beats more, and that sound of the 80s.
Yeah. You had Lionel Richie and Aretha Franklin and Tina Turner were all having comebacks too.
Yeah, I did mine a little different. I didn't use Spotify. I went to like Wikipedia and songs that were released in this, just so that I knew what was being released. And there, like I said, there was a lot more than what was on the playlist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, for sure, yeah.
And then you're accurate. You're a little more accurate. I did find that with Wikipedia, sometimes I went and checked out on Spotify, and it had a different date, like 87 or even 85. Mm. But then that was just singles coming out. That song was released, and so I had to go back and look at Wikipedia and which song it was, and not the whole album. But yeah, I didn't get any music. They're kind of fizzling on at least Facebook, but Facebook's being stupid weird. So, but they're still holding pretty strong on YouTube, and I'll continue to do the Today in Musics. But I didn't come up with anything today. Like I said, I was on vacation. Mm-hmm. Steamboat, Colorado. I recommend it to anybody in the summer. I mean, the winter, if you like mountains and the snow, then go for it. But I don't have the cojones for that yet.
I hate snow. I want it to not exist except for to look at.
Yeah, from afar, or be locked in with everything you need and not have to get out and get in it. Yeah, that'd be
fun. And sledding. But that's it.
Yeah. Maybe a snowman, but
Yeah, and that's all right, I guess I like snow. I don't know why I'm from.
But snow in the mountains is probably way different than the snow we get here in Kansas. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful 3 days. I think we spent full 3 days in Steamboat. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it was 50 in the morning, and then the hottest it got was like 92.
Ooh.
And there was a little storm brewing. There were storm clouds. It sprinkled for a little bit. The wind picked up, and then clouds blew away, and it dropped down like 20 degrees, and it was nice and cool again. The kids seen some rams along the highway. there was a fox roaming through town because it's a small little town. It's
Mm.
So
probably
just to clarify, you're talking about the animal, not the football team.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just.
I mean, there could have been a football team there.
I'm sorry.
There's a Fox football team?
No, Rams.
Oh, okay.
Rams on the side of the road.
I got
somebody out there that's listening or will watch this that is going to go, we got him good. And then I'm going to have to explain it. And they're going to go, sucks you had to explain it, coach.
Yeah.
I love the Fox football team.
Fox football team rocks.
Go Foxes.
F the station. No.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, then I come back and found out that, you know, like I said, I wasn't on the phone. I pre-recorded all the stuff, so it was just dropping without me not even there.
Mm.
Didn't tell nobody. I wasn't too public about it. I mean, people that watched this knew I was going somewhere sometime, but you know, that was about it. Wasn't too specific, and it's a lot better that way, not letting people know your moves.
Oh,
I found that out.
Yeah, I tell people that I went out of town once I get back.
Yeah, that's the way it was. I mean, I'm still not divulging too many details for safety reasons. The name has been changed for legal reasons. No,
It's mainly so all my groupies don't show up where I'm going, but I don't know if that's the same with you or.
yeah, I did give out a few stickers of our logo, our For Music Lovers logo.
Ooh,
Trying to network a little bit in Steamboat.
we're getting hot in Colorado.
We'll see if we take
Just
off.
steaming it up in Colorado.
Denver sucks. Oh, I hate Denver with a passion.
Oh,
It's
man.
traffic.
I grew up in Denver, and
I mean,
I had a really good time one time in Denver, and I had a really, really bad time one time in Denver, and those are my only 2 times in Denver.
yeah.
well, Denver could go either way.
I stayed on the outside. You know, on the outside.
I just don't like driving around there for sure.
Exactly.
At this point in my life, I'm too old to want to drive in Denver.
Yeah. It's a feat.
Oh, you're just nervous all the time. You're on edge. Somebody's coming every which way. It's like it's crazy, man. What's wrong with you guys? Slow down. What is going on?
Oh yeah, you got to move.
Dallas and Denver.
It's a
are the
70-year-old guy
worst
flipping me off.
cities that I've seen driving in
Atlanta's mine.
Yeah, I haven't.
I've drove in LA. I've drove in quite a few places in California. LA was sucked. LA was really bad too, but mine was Atlanta. I've drove in Dallas quite a bit because I've been to probably 40 or 30 or 40 football games down there. So I'm used to the city. I'd rather drive in Dallas. Not in rush hour. You're right. Kansas City is, even getting to the point where if you don't get there at the right time,
Yeah.
Pull over and chill out a couple hours and let the traffic die down.
That's going to be the same time you get there anyway if you stay in it.
But it's a lot less stressful. You can just sit there on the side of the road and eat some Skittles or something. I don't know.
At least in Denver, you can go partake while outside of town and wait for it to slow down.
Hey, check that out.
This episode now brought to you by Skittles.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Skittles
All right.
and Doritos. Let's go.
Do we got the spinner handy? All right. We missed you last episode, Coach. We missed you.
I'm sorry, man. To be 100% honest with you, a lot was going on, but Casey might have fallen off the wagon that day also, and my phone died, and a lot happened. I planned to be way better, and I wasn't, and I'm so sorry.
It's fine. You just
Demerit me or whatever. I was waiting for it to get brought up. I thought maybe we'd even lead off with it.
Well, were you at least wearing a helmet when you fell off the wagon?
No, I wasn't. And I'll tell you, it took me, and I'm not joking, and I might have got sick also, but it took me 10 days. I'm telling you, I didn't get out of bed that next day until, I don't know what time I texted you guys, 6 o'clock that night. That was 15 minutes after I got out of bed. And then 8, and then Sunday was just as bad. And then, oh my God, it was, it's just mistakes you make in life, you know?
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back doing good. No, this is 100% no alcohol in my night, if anybody's wondering.
Well, did you just go like overboard, or was it just?
Yeah, it was a mix. It was hot outside. I think I got like some heat exhaustion. We tried to compete with, honestly, like some young kids in volleyball, drinking, and then it turned into there's like stories about I used to wrestle pretty good with like wrestling like these high school kids and like that wrestle like varsity for like Goddard and then it was just it was Jello shots and it was
that's all you gotta say. All you had to say was Jello shots. I did Jello shots.
I felt like it was a party bus in somebody's yard. That's the best way to say it. I kicked somebody in the face on accident while we were playing volleyball. It was just so many things. Like, I want to apologize to the world for that. Ride. I didn't go, and actually I talked to everybody there. I thought like the next day or, 2 days after, 3 days after, I'm like, God damn it. I probably, he's like, dude, I really didn't even know you were that bad. I mean, you were obviously when when the kids tried to start wrestling, I knew you were pretty drunk, but I did not know you were blackout drunk. Okay, good. I didn't do like, there's nobody like that mad at me. Like, I think like my sister-in-law is, because she said something along the line, but it wasn't even that bad. And whatever. Okay.
Yeah, she's a sister-in-law, so it's always
he doesn't care. She's the crazy one too. She's the crazy one, and if you're listening and you watch this, that's fine. You know who you are.
Own that crazy
name, but you as crazy as the day is long.
Oh my God!
You ready to spin this thing?
Yeah, yes.
Before I get more
anything else.
What are we calling it? I don't want to click the button. That's on
right
the line.
Here, hold on.
Dude.
That looked like it was exactly on the line. All right.
By the time I showed it, it was on the picture or on the line, but before it was just slightly on it was like just over towards your name. So you won it.
Okay, that's fine.
If it was $1 million, we'd be spinning again.
yeah, definitely.
That again.
Yeah, but it's just going first, so I don't care.
Well, there was enough good songs to pick from. I'm sure we've got a pretty good tentative list, all of us.
You scare me a little bit, Josh, for a couple of them, but I think I have. I've got 12 songs on mine, so I should be fine.
Yeah, I feel like maybe.
And I could go with 12 more again from 2 albums. No,
I don't think you guys got any in mind. I don't think you did. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So, number 1. And I remember all these songs when they came out. I remember all of them. 1986. Let me see. I was 5. I
don't remember them all, but
so yeah. So I do. I remember them playing on the radio. So that's why I just picked these.
Yeah.
Or I saw them on TV. And the first one is going to be "That's What Friends Are For." And that one was by Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Elton John, and Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I knew Stevie Wonder was in. I couldn't think. Yeah, definitely a good one.
I definitely knew Dionne Warwick, but I didn't even see the rest of them. And Elton John didn't even sound like Elton John. I thought he was a whole nother dude. Yeah. So, yeah, and I like it just because of the positivity. And that it was really a super positive, wonderful song. And
I think they use that in a ton of stuff too.
Yeah,
I mean, it was in movies and shows. Like, I think it was part of some show. I can't remember what that show was, but
That's What Friends Are For. Oh, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't know what.
I don't know what.
Me
neither. Laverne and Shirley. I don't know.
Yeah, it was in a dish soap commercial, probably. Coffee.
Probably
those 2 Folgers people that eventually got married. Do you guys remember that commercial? So there was a commercial where there were 2 people and it was like Folgers coffee, but you never saw their faces. You only saw their hands.
Yeah.
And like somebody was like, "Can I get a cup of your Folgers?" or something like that. And then like it progressed over like 2 years to where they got married. It's really crazy.
Oh, wow.
Anyhow. Number 2. What have you done for me lately?
Oh,
Janet
yeah.
Jackson.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was my jam. Oh my God. I still love that song. It just had so much attitude, and Janet just popped out with her Control album and really showed herself as an artist.
Yeah.
Definitely. I still love Rhythm Nation out of all of the albums that she did, except for the ones in the 2000s. I can't remember what that album was, where she had the song for the Nutty Professor, but What Have You Done For Me Lately is like just a girl. It's just an anthem. It doesn't have to be a girl anthem. It can be a boy anthem too.
It's an anthem. It's a love anthem or a dis-love anthem. Oh. Or I guess not even people, because that could actually be for just people too, you know, like
yeah.
you know, like,
Ooh,
Yeah.
what have you done for me lately?
Mhm.
She's got a lot of attitude in that too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's always got a lot of attitude. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, Janet will kill you.
Yeah.
Number 3. Miami Sound Machine was so hot in 1986 and the 80s, just period.
Yeah.
And they had the song Conga.
Mhm.
And I don't know one word of that song except for Conga. So when it said Conga, I was like, what song is that? And then I played it and I was like, oh, that song.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it has so much energy and it's just so fun. It's fun to dance to. It's fun to put on.
I think I heard it on like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 soundtrack, maybe. I think they had it on there. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, maybe it was the first one.
I think you're
Yeah.
thinking Cowabunga. Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
If
Maybe.
it's the same song I'm thinking of.
Yeah, well, it's the come on, feel the rhythm, baby, do that conga, pop,
Yeah.
any longer, something, longer.
it's my. I'd say salsa is almost the best way to. It's like a pop salsa song. Or
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
Gloria Estefan with the Miami Sound Machine, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the Jennifer Lopez of the '80s, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
good song.
All right,
Just taking me back.
number 4. I actually changed it from one song to another song because I thought somebody was going to get it. So number 4 is going to be Peter Cetera. I think that's how you say his name. The Glory of Love.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have been very, very bitter when it comes to love recently. But that song always gives me hope that one day, something will happen. But there's always glory in some of the portions of even the most terrible shit that you go through.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I try to remember in the situations is what it did. Because love for me, even if it ended not so well, at points had magical, incredible things happen just because one person decided to love another person. So I always believe in the glory and the power of love, even if it's not romantic, if it's just the love of friends or family or the love of yourself or the love of society. You can do so much with love and passion only. And then it's just a good drive to have. So that's what that song reminds me of.
I love Colorado. That's about all I love right now. But I have dreams of. I have fond memories to hold on to.
I have a dream. I don't think that's how that song goes. The Dream a Dream song. There's a song that's a Dream a Dream out of a musical of some sort.
Dream a little dream for me.
That's yeah.
I don't think that's the same song.
No, it's a
It's a
different.
good movie.
Yeah.
I Dream a Genie.
Number 5. And I had no business singing this song when I was 5.
Like most of the songs we in our youth.
Yeah. But Tina Turner came out with the album Break Every Rule, which I do believe is her first solo album after she was done being Ike and Tina Turner.
Yeah.
So this was her breakout album in the 80s. And the song is called Typical Male. And it's about essentially just wanting a dude. And that's it. Like that's the whole song. She goes, all I want is a little reaction.
Getting out of that bad. Getting out of that bad shit. I mean that. You kind of got to go a little wild after a breakup. I think everybody does. I think it's a typical human thing, not by us, guys or gals. I think everybody goes a little wild after a breakup. After you get past the. I've been on both sides of it, the dumpy and the dumper, and it's still, I've never had anybody on deck when I was the dumper, so it was still downtime. But once you get out of that downtime, you go a little crazy and have a little fun.
I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's different for everybody. But Tina
She wrote an album. She was like,
Tina had some things to do.
Yeah.
she had some shit to get done, and she told you about it too.
That was a good list.
It's gonna happen
for a typical man. So that's my list.
I like it.
Good list.
Good list.
Thank
I knew
you.
every one of them.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's just 85. I said we're all like power ballads and powerful songs and up songs and that stuff, and really a lot of the same in 86. But it definitely, with a couple of them, was different. And like I said, Josh, I know you found the opposite side, and you will again. I get it. I'm just saying there was a lot of it. What was on the radio, was especially top 40 stuff or whatever you call it, was that kind of stuff.
That's why I kind of went the way I did. I wanted a fuller spectrum of everything, because it listed by when they came out, January and stuff like that, and so I found a lot that I didn't find on the Billboard 100 for 1986.
Yeah, I went to I always do kind of the Billboard one, then I'll look at the full list, and then it's just I'll listen to one, and all of a sudden it'll kick you to. I'm like, oh yeah, I did, So, all right, we ready to spin?
Yep, let's spin.
Let's do it.
All right.
Brought to you by Skittles.
I had fun doing this. I was, it was. I thought it would be. At first, it was easy. I'm like, oh, there we go. Then I'm like, oh crap. I want to add that one. I'd like to do that one. So
we had about a week, a little over a week. I mean, I started the last because I left out last Friday. So Thursday and Friday at work, I was listening to 86 on the Billboard on Spotify, just because I didn't have to read a list and I was just listening. And then but after I got back, I was like looking at the Billboard, so I had a good idea.
Okay. Well, my number 5 was one. It was funny because I don't remember what brought it up. I was watching something on him it's been a while back, but this song came up and I'm like, oh man, I remember this song just got me going, and I don't know why. My wife even kind of laughed at me today, but it's Party All the Time, Eddie Murphy.
That's the one I changed. That song is the best song in the world.
I had to add it. What's funny is I have songs that mean way more to me. I mean, probably really, but that one, I it's just a ton. It's so fun, and it just gets me dancing. It's like, I don't know, man. And
it's hard for me not to laugh at it. It's not a great song in my opinion, but I love Eddie Murphy.
It's like that. Yeah, like I said, it's like that Eddie Murphy girl. It's just like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what it is about the song. But
if he would have gave the laugh in it, I would have totally gave his Axel Foley laugh, and I would have been okay with it. Have you seen the new? Has anybody?
I did. I watched it the day or the day after. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff I much would they could have done better, but yes, it was fun to be back part of it. It got torn up by the critics or whatever, but it was viewed a ton, and it was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a movie to watch actually after we're done with this, and I think that would be it because I've seen it.
It's good.
I think it's better than 3, but it's definitely not better than 1 and 2. I don't know how something like that. And 3 is good, but once they get in the park and they just like stretched it out, and I think they could have put a little more in this one. So, number 4, Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's freaking Top Gun.
Top Gun.
That's just, it was on the radio. It's like when that comes on, it's just like, I don't know, you think about flying a plane or you're doing something, highway to, anyways, good song. And again, these are ones, I have songs I probably like more, but they're quintessential 86. So I have to get them on there. Number 3, Wild Wild Life, Talking Heads. And there was probably 2 or 3 other Talking Heads ones that were hard for me to not put on. But like that video, even like having Dan, whatever, I don't remember, but from Roseanne is in the video and he's singing and dancing. And at that time, I remember the first time I seen that, he's like the dad from freaking Roseanne. And you're like, what the hell's he doing up there? And there's a bunch of people in that video, but his part in it's probably my favorite because it's just not who he was at that time.
Oh, wow.
That's what my wife's like, how do you know? I'm like, we were MTV freaks, and that was like Talking Heads. The reason, I mean, they did awesome videos. I mean, like they were one of the coolest, like low budget videos you could ever put on. I mean, just if you've never heard or not a Talking Heads person, you can go and go watch their videos and you were entertained. But please leave the music on because you'll also be equally entertained.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I could have done literally 5 Talking Head songs. No problem. Number 2, also could have done the whole album of them, but this one is one original song released in 75. Cared less about it until it was done with Run DMC. Walk This Way. Yep. Mean anything.
Hit the buzzer.
Yeah, that's an honorable
one. I think one of the ones that scared me.
And for me, that, like I said, it kind of, I mean, it got me into rap. I didn't really, I wasn't really listening to rap at that time. I mean, I was listening to, radio stuff, but it wasn't rap. And then so after that, I mean, sorry, Aerosmith and Run DMC, or Steven Tyler and Run DMC at least. I don't think the whole band was involved in it.
I don't know if I think they might have, well, maybe they just dubbed over his music because they did a lot of the, but so I don't know how, I mean, because there was still, it's hard to say. Probably
Perry and Steven Tyler were I mean, they still get the royalties, I'm sure, but
and that was worth, if you ever, and that was probably one of the first, but definitely the biggest crossover song, that started every single one, even the ones I hate today, the country ones. It started them all because nobody was doing that, man. I mean, there was nobody doing that. You just stayed in your lane, and those guys both went outside their lane. I think when it came out, didn't get at first, especially from the rock world, didn't get a lot of love, and then it's like that song. You like listen to it, it's getting ready to kick your ass, man.
Definitely historical.
So I could have, like I said, done the whole Run DMC, but number 1, and we just could list the whole album, and I thought about it. Because it's, anyways, I picked Brass Monkey, Beastie Boys. But the Licensed to Ill, you could do literally. I mean, that's probably for me, maybe my first album I could listen to from front to back to front. And maybe actually one of the first ones I actually owned. So,
that was good stuff. My cousins in Ohio got me turned on to them. I mean, they'd had him for years, but Kansas is like 2 years behind everybody on shit. So I didn't have MTV. I don't know why, out in the Nicholson edition in Belle Plaine, Kansas, we couldn't get freaking MTV, but we didn't have it.
That's why I told Amy, my wife, I was like, man, I'll bet from 86, 87 to 93 or 94. I mean, because I think it was 86 or 87 is when MTV came out. I mean, or maybe it was a little before that. But
it is like right when it would like 81 or 2, like MTV came out pretty early.
Okay, well maybe I just remember those years, especially in the summers, we were off. I mean, that's what we did, man. It was MTV and gaming, and we'd find a way to have 2 TVs in a room so we could do both, because they didn't have Pandora or Spotify or any of them. That's how you listen to the music that was out there. That's how you found out about I mean, that's how we found out about Metallica. That's how we found out, because they weren't hardly on the radio then. I mean, that's how we found out about, I mean, all of these people. I mean, we were so, and then all of a sudden you want to go to the radio store, and then you're looking at CDs and album or tapes and records, and so man,
different times.
Oh man, different times, better times. Oh,
better times. All right, good list,
yeah,
Coach. You
awesome.
bumped one of mine, so I'm gonna go with my embarrassing one.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, because we should. This is the only times where it's like we could discuss before the show. It takes some of the fun out of it, because literally I have 9 other songs, and I no problem could have put one of them on there.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep my embarrassing one. I could go find some of the other ones, but I kind of well, here. Let me hit my thing so I get my. Thank you. All right. Like I said, I kind of went to songs I was listening to then. I mean, there's some songs that I found later, but like I kind of used it like a time capsule to take me back to 1986. And so I kind of went through that list and seen songs that I was like, oh yeah, I jammed that. And I'm not going to go with the embarrassing one. We'll honorable mention it, but the New Kids on the Block, Didn't I Blow Your Mind, from their debut album.
Sweet.
I was not a fan of New Kids on the Block. That was my first concert, thanks to my darling little sister.
Aww.
And so that was my first concert. And I used to be embarrassed to tell that story, but I'm like, yeah, New Kids on the Block was my first concert. It's like, whatever. Man. I did not. I listened to that album, that debut album. And this is the only song that I remembered. I don't know. My sister must have blared it more than any of the other ones. I don't know. But that's the only one that stuck out in my mind. It wasn't the Hangin' Tough. This one was, the ones that are cult classics was on like the third album.
Mm-hmm.
These are just kind of, I mean, you got to be New Kids on the Block heads to
like you. Yeah, a new kitty, a blocky.
A blockhead. I'm a blockhead. Definitely a blockhead.
I'm a blockhead.
So that was my honorable mention. My number 5 was more my speed and Weird Al Yankovic. I was in love with Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Great guy, great fun. And at Christmas at Ground, it was hard for me because he had Polka. I think Polka Party was the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was hard to pick one, but Christmas at Ground Zero was always one that I had fun with. Because it's, it's a Christmas song and it's all, there's nuclear bombs going off. And I think it was kind of a spoof on John Lennon, Christmas song, John Lennon. I can't remember the name of his song. It's just Christmas, I think. I don't know. But John Lennon's got a Christmas. It's kind of, to me, I think that's how it feels. I had Walk This Way from Run DMC at number 4, but we're going to go ahead and change it to, we're going to change it to Bob Seger, Like a Rock. And like I said, my dad loved it and blared it. And it's probably my least favorite Bob Seger song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still a favorite, but it's, it's on the bottom. He's got a lot of other, and then the ones I like the one the Metallica covered on the I'm drawing a blank on it, but that was a good song. But then a lot of the ones that didn't get played on the radio, I like more of his.
Mm-hmm. That's the one in like the Toyota commercial, isn't it?
Yeah,
like Rock, yeah, Chevy. Yeah,
I'm
Chevy
strong as I can be.
It was on my list as an honorable mention just because it's, again, just like iconic.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I listened to it and it kind of, like I said, just took me back. I remember sitting there watching TV and then the commercial comes on and Dad's been blaring it. And I'm like, Dad, that's your song. So it took me right back. Number 3. And I think Cyndi Lauper made a list not too long ago, or at least brought up I think it was in the news, but True Colors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Favorite Cyndi Lauper song, hands down.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and love. She's still she's aging quite nicely. She's like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm. She is. She just had a birthday, I think.
I think so. I think that's what the news was. I think
Oh.
I think I did the news and then happy birthday, Cyndi Lauper. I think that was a couple weeks ago now. But number 2 is kind of like Coach's story with Dan Connor. Oh, I can't think of his name either, real name, but this was Paul Simon and Chevy Chase. Call Me Al. Chevy Chase was in the video, but it's just such a fun video.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think we had VHS, or not VHS. What was the other music station? There's MTV and then
VH1.
VH1. So I think we had VH1 and CMT is what I had growing up. I don't know why. My parents probably like, oh no MTV for you. It'll rock your brain. Probably what happened. But that video, I remember watching that video and I'm like, oh, Chevy Chase. And yeah, it was great fun. And finally, number 1, little controversy on this one. I just watched a video about not too long ago, but it was Kiss by Prince and the Revolution.
Yeah.
The story I heard, and this one is questioning if he's a thief. Prince was notorious for giving his band members songs, that he didn't want to use or nothing. Just, so they were needing a song, so he'd give them a song. So he gave somebody in the band this song, Kiss, and it was more of like a Bob Dylan folk type song when Prince gave it to this guy.
Uh-huh.
And so this guy took it, remixed it, and played it to Prince, and Prince like, oh, I'm gonna need that back. I mean, I'm sure it was, he'd done it legally or whatever, and I'm sure it was all logistics, and the guy who still probably got some credit for it, or at least paid for it. So I don't think it was stealing, but I had heard part of what this guy had done, and basically all Prince did was re-sing the parts. Like the backgrounds is still the stuff that he did. And so, I think it was just the evolution of it. Prince needed to give it to somebody, needed some help. Prince needed some help. Everybody needs a little help.
Yeah.
But it's still a great freaking song.
Yeah.
In
'86, I went and looked at the movies like Coach had said, with the Top Gun. There was a lot of great movies too in '86, and that's where I'd heard a lot of the music. There was Howard the Duck, Top Gun, Crossroads with Ralph Macchio, which one of my all-time favorite movies. And let me see. I thought I had
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pretty in Pink, Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, The Golden Child,
Little Shop of Horrors, Three Amigos.
Yeah.
God, I love Three. Big Trouble, Little China, one of my favorite worst movies ever.
Yes, exactly. Jack Burton.
The Money Pit, another horrible, great movie.
Short Circuit.
Sure. Oh yeah, man. Johnny. Yeah.
Johnny
that was a good year, man.
Yeah, a lot of good Ruthless People. There was a lot.
Aliens. I wasn't a big Aliens fan, but that's probably. It's a massive movie.
Iron Eagle, Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of great movies.
Oh, freaking! Oh my God, American Tail, Feifel.
Oh yeah.
They ruined it.
That was the movie right there. That was the business.
All right, good list, everybody. Good list.
I had some a couple honorable mentions that I struggled to not get on, but obviously Fight for Your Right, Beastie Boys, Disposable Heroes, Metallica, My Adidas Run DMC, Sleeping Bag ZZ Top, and then one that was really the first one that was the first one I pushed off my list and was probably the hardest because she had an album that year, my girl Whitney Houston, and I struggled to not get her on there, but How Will I Know? That's another one of those. How will I know if he really loves me? It just, I don't know, man. Power.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was like a photograph of Whitney and Bobby on their wing day, I believe.
Man, I wish
some
of her music would have
they
been
got married later.
Yeah.
But some of her music would have been made without him and all that. But boy, maybe that's the pain behind some, but I don't know. I'd like to.
Had Patti LaBelle on my own, which Patti LaBelle was another woman that was in the 80s that she wasn't really having a comeback. I think she was just starting her career in the 80s. because she was doing backup prior to that, but
Yeah.
she just blew up for a while there and then just left. Just left a legacy. But yeah, On My Own was a good one too.
Yeah. That's why I said it didn't take no problem. Even, Amy's like, how do you guys just pick one year and then you guys all can come up with a song? And I'm like, I mean, hell, Oceanfront Property came out in 86, George Strait. I mean, if there was ever going to be a country song that made my list, that might be it,
I think I had a couple tentatives.
I use that line in a daily, I'm a salesman, and I've been trying to sell that Oceanfront Property in Arizona for a while. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, one Oceanfront prop. No,
somebody will get it. Somebody will get it.
It's a fully furnished home. It has nice views of dirt and sand.
Lizards.
Some people like the beach, but I like the mountains, man. I like the mountains. One more message from the mountains. Steamboat Springs. This was on a wall just along the downtown area. Practice kindness all day to everybody, and you'll realize you're already in heaven now. That's Jack Kerouac, our author of On the Road and You Can't Go Home Again. A lot of good books. I read half of You Can't Go Home Again. It was just the book's like this thick, and I struggle to read. Not I can read, but I don't read anymore. I'm just like
I was like, they're classes.
no, I can read. I just don't enjoy it.
I struggle to read, but that's mainly my dyslexia and just overall not smart. Oh,
I did what I had to, and I'm done. I clocked out.
I started reading. There's this book that I think my thing is backwards actually.
I read it.
Yeah, it's talking about the Buddha and just kind of the whole experience, and then it has the scriptures, I guess, or whatever else.
Well, let me go get. I got a yogi book that I've been trying to read for like 15 years about Yogananda and yogiism and that stuff, and it's like 830 pages, and
that's a lot of pages.
I'm like 234.
That's pretty far.
Read a page a day.
15 years. That's not bad.
Just read 1 page a day. And you'll get
I gotta go back all the time and read the stuff that I read 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
But I'm gonna go paint a little bit. I'm gonna eat some Skittles and paint, and
I'm gonna go play some video games.
Skittles.
And like I said, we'll
thanks popcorn.
It's Saturday now. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Be safe. You can, after this broadcast, you can come find me at Monica House. I'll be hanging out, not at Monica House, Monica Fest at the Temple Live.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, I, and the crew will be slinging some art Saturday and Sunday. I think 4 to 10. There's a lot of live music. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. Thanks. It was good to get back with y'all. Glad we're all here in one piece. And
Glad you're safe, sis.
Yeah.
Keep it that way.
Guys.
That's an order.
Order.
I'm so overbearing. I'm so overbearing. You can't die.
Stay alive.
I'm pretty sure you got a contract, and until that thing is ran through, you're part of the show. So
we'll bring you back.
We'll bring you back to life like RoboCop. You got a podcast to do.
I got a zombie dog that's on year 3. So if I can do it with him, we'll keep you alive.
You.
No. All right. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.